Yes, Andy. Kids these days surrounded by a lot of noise, whether it's with their friends playing or a computer or TV screens or whatever, keeping their attention. Well, when are they actually getting some quiet time? When are the parents getting quiet time? And how much do you actually need it? Parenting Power's Julie Freedman-Smith has some answers in one of her regular visits. And I would like to start with the parents.
Sure.
Because, I mean, it's one thing when I look at my daughter and how much stimulation she's getting. I don't think I'm modeling that very well.
We all need it. You know, we all need it. Every time I was thinking about this and I was going to say, well, kids need, and then I thought, well, people need. We all need it. There's a ton of research that says that when our brains have a chance to be quiet, that's when they do all the good stuff. That's when they clean out all the waste products from the cells. That's when they condense all the information. And we also, that's when we get a chance to kind of replay our day and revisit things and figure out how we might learn from them or do them differently. You know, you have the comeback that you wish you would have said to that person, or you think about the next time I'm in that situation, I'm going to say this. And if we don't have that quiet time, we don't make the time, we don't allow our brains the time to figure that stuff out.
If we could kind of go back in time, because I mean, it's hard to remember. I can't really remember when I was 6 years old, but I feel like, and I was an only child as well. So my daughter is 5, she's an only child. I feel like she is much more addicted to distraction and less able to play independently than I was.
Sure.
Is that something that you find is happening more these days because of this?
Definitely. It's happening because we just have so many more things to distract us and keep us entertained. Devices, they get smaller and smaller, easier to carry, and less expensive than they used to be. So that's part of it. And also, when parents are more active and more captivated and feel more busy, then we pass that on to our kids. I'm busy, I can't do that. Watch this, do this. And so, yeah, it used to be that we would kind of be bored and have nothing to do and lie on our bed and you know, talk to a stuffed animal or watch the clouds or watch ants crawling along or something. Our kids these days, we aren't often giving them the opportunity to do that.
So the world may very well be passing them by in some respects.
A little bit, because they're not having that opportunity to reformulate. What we know is downtime allows greater productivity, greater creativity. So we can really create that for our kids by just deciding that we're going to have some of that time.
And creating it for the kids also can mean creating it for an entire family.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. So an example is I was talking to one of the producers earlier this week about what's going on in his life this week. And both of his kids have soccer, and he was saying one of his daughters is constantly going to birthday parties, and birthday parties are awesome. And we can make a family decision that our kids are allowed to go to maybe 1 a month or 2 a month. And it doesn't mean that they're doing without, but it means we have control of our schedule. We can own it instead of putting it into the hands of everybody else who invites us. We have the opportunity to say no sometimes. We have the opportunity to plan to go for a walk with our kids, or put on some music and just lie on the floor in the living room and just look up at the sparkly things on the ceiling. You know, we can create those times if it's important to our family.
Okay, so I would think that it's virtually impossible to sort of pass this on to your kids unless you are doing it yourself, unless you are creating that
Gail
space.
And I always say, kids learn what they live and live what they learn. And so, you know, maybe you're thinking, June is crazy, I'm going to aim for summer. In summertime, we often have a little bit more time in our schedule, so maybe you figure out 15 minutes of nothingness in your day. Sleep is downtime and quiet time for the brain. Doing nothing is, and meditating is. And some people are scared about meditating, but everybody can do nothing. Everybody can go for a walk to go nowhere. Everybody can sit on the front step and watch the traffic go by or watch the bugs crawling around for 10 or 15 minutes. That's a tiny piece of downtime that you can just start to build into your lives.
Before I let you go, Julie, I know you guys are really big on sort of giving some decision-making to the kids.
Yes.
So how do we let them make the decision to have some downtime?
Well, figure out what you can tolerate, because it's no good giving your kids free rein and then them choosing something that you hate and you aren't going to do. So within the scope of what you want to do, some of those things that I just mentioned, then offer it to the kids. We need to do this 15 minutes a day. Should we do it in the morning or the afternoon? Do you want to do this today or that? You know, and get out a calendar. That's great numeracy skills for kids. And get out a calendar and just mark it in. Then when it's written down, we all seem to feel like we have to follow it just a little bit more.
Really good time to start as we head towards summer vacation. Julie Freedman-Smith, Parenting Power. Links on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. Thank you so much for this.